down.
What's going on, everyone? It's Mike back again, and Everton have just beaten Leeds 2-1 at Ellen Road. A game and a score that I predicted. Can you believe it? I predicted it in the preview. I actually predicted the score to this game in the middle of the Newcastle game. If you watch the watch along, if you watch that watch along, I actually predicted it in the middle of the Newcastle game. Absolutely ridiculous. And I'm very much hoping we're going to be joined by a guest in just a moment. We are live on Twitch. We are live on Twitter. I would sing in the blues, but at this moment in time, it's only 1-0 Brighton, so I'm not going to chance it yet. But Brighton are beating the Red Shot at Anfield, which will be an absolutely fantastic result if that goes off. Mad Hattat James has donated another £10, which is absolutely unbelievable. We've had some huge donations over the last few days, and I'm absolutely buzzing. Let's get into the game. Georgie boy, Brighton beating the Shot. Absolutely love it. Let's start with the first 5 minutes. Leeds were all over us. The ball was coming in from the left-hand side. They were whipping the ball across the box. They were jumping in. We were really struggling. Leeds looked good for the first 5 minutes, and then Everton really stepped it up. And let's get it from a Leeds perspective. I've got Connor, who doesn't look very happy. Connor, obviously, one Leeds fan channel. Go and subscribe to him. He's not happy, and he needs a subs and maybe a little kiss, guys. Hello, mate.
Fuck you know. I'm actually like, I'm going to get battered for this. I don't think you deserve that. I'm saying it. I'm saying it. I don't think you did. I'm going to sound like a bitter git. Why didn't we turn up like the second half of the first half? Why is Calvin letting old man Sigurdsson with his bus pass roam through and just have it? This man marking system. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, let him go through. It's everything we weren't at the weekend. And then in the second half, let's turn up. We turn up and then we put it on you. And then, I think that we were much, Olsen makes an unbelievable double save. And I think it's difficult because I say you don't deserve it. You managed the game well. But I didn't think there was that much attacking impetus from Everton. I thought they came, as me and you have said, mate, in the preview, to sit and frustrate us, and it worked. It worked. My language, a fucking treat.
Do not worry about that, my friend. I hate to say this, but I pretty much predicted that game bang on. Didn't I?
Down to a T. I'm fuming.
Do you know what's even worse? And obviously, you probably didn't watch my Everton-Newcastle watch-along, but when Newcastle went 2-0 up, I said in that game, Everton will go to Leeds and win 2-1.
I saw it. I watched the highlights, mate. I watched the highlights.
Honestly, it was a performance from Everton that was gritty. Leeds definitely got through our box a lot more than I hoped. And I actually said to you in our preview, I said, Leeds won't get the ball into our box 5 times. You got it through 5 times in the first 5 minutes. Luca Dean defending tonight was a bit worrying. You lot picked him out and you were putting the ball on the back post to Bamford. He stuck it over the bar. Luca Dean was getting caught out of position going forward at left back. But we saw what he did going forward, and he got the crossing for the goal. It's a gorgeous ball from Gomez again on the counter attack. You've just hit us on the counter. Gomez gets the ball, he pings the ball over the top. Luca Dean's made that run, which is exactly what I said. He delivers that ball across the box, and no disrespect there, but I may as well say it as it is. The Leeds defending for the Sigurdsson goal was horrific.
How is this guy can't move? He can't move. None of you like him. He can't move. He's steaming in like Steven Gerrard. Where's the man marking? Falling asleep, mate. Calvin's throwing his hands up in the air. We're all lethargic and flat. We go at Leicester at the weekend and put on the performance of the season. We play Everton and just, mate, it's difficult for me to say this, but calibre-wise, I just think if Leeds had turned up in that first half, if we'd have turned up in that first half, it could have been a different game. But we didn't. Just didn't fancy it first half. Stupid. That Dominic Calvert-Lewin, I swear to God, mate, this wardrobe I nearly fucking Mike Tyson this wardrobe. When that second goal went in, unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable.
Well, again, that was poor defending from Leeds because the ball comes over from a corner. Godfrey, I think, wins the flick on. And there's no one marking Calvert-Lewin at the back post.
No.
It was a poor defensive display that cost Leeds tonight. There's no doubt about that. And you did have chances. Let's go into some of the Leeds chances. You hit the post from a fantastic volley. I can't remember. Was it Harrison? He hits it first time on the volley, bounces the bottom of the post. Dallas has a chance. Bamford has a couple of chances. Olsen makes some phenomenal saves. Rafinha was everywhere, as you predicted he would be. He was everywhere, but something just didn't quite happen for Leeds in the Everton box today, because it's not like you didn't have the chances, you didn't have the possession. And what I'm actually interested, can anyone tell me the official possession stats for that game? Because I'm really curious as to what that was, because if I predicted that, then I'm sorry, why haven't I got a job on telly?
That's it, mate. I mean, that second half, I just thought when we scored within 3 or 4 minutes, you're turning around, you're thinking, here we go, game on. We're going to get back into this. But Everton sat deep, they defended well. And, I just thought, that you've got to make that Olsen save, that double save, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Like, I don't know how he kept that out. And Melier made a really good save as well. But
look at the possession. As if I predicted it down to a T. Look, from an Everton perspective today, it's a great result. We come off the back of a shocking. Look at that.
Hold on. We're exchanging.
Look at this. What's going? Oh, he's replacing. God, he's already gone through one. Jesus.
Look, mate, I've got through about 4.
Oh God, yeah. To be honest, I just thought Leeds tonight. Do you know what they look like? They need. We know Bamford's a good goal scorer, but they look like they need a goal scorer. That's how they look tonight.
Isolated, wasn't it? Completely isolated. Yeah. And listen, you've got gamesmanship. You know what you do in Everton. You're a good side. You're gritty. You're determined. You're nasty, and I like that. When I used to play football myself, I used to have that side to my game, and Everton are very much like that. The only thing with Leeds at the minute, we're doing a brilliant job, but we're a bit nice. And you saw Holgate chewing his gum every time one of those, and making the tackles and looking dead cocky and confident about himself. Everton, I really like Everton. Everton are one of my second, third teams. I really like them. I'm just so frustrated, mate, about how we were that first half in comparison to the second. I thought second, we were much better. We were much, much better. And that's the Leeds we know. And the first half, 45 minutes we were asleep. And Everton thoroughly deserved the 2-0 lead going into half time, because we just didn't turn up. It was a game of two halves, I thought.
Yeah, can't argue with that. To be honest, I think Leeds had opportunities in the first half as well. It's not like you didn't. You hit the post in the first half. Olsen has to make a good save from a corner after 8 minutes. Olsen tips it over the bar. Leeds had chances all game.
Mate, do you know what I will say, though, mate? I've just seen from Stephen Roberts there, someone said Everton should have had a penalty. How that wasn't given, I do not know. I don't get it. I don't understand what's going on. What's going on in this modern game where that's not given? So Everton could have made that 3-1. 100% that was a penalty. I was stunned.
Yeah, I thought it was a penalty because the ball comes down, it sort of glances, but his arm's out, isn't it? Don't get me wrong. 2 or 3 years ago, I wouldn't have been screaming for that as a penalty. I would have said ball to hand, it's not a penalty. But under VAR, then, yeah, it's a penalty in my opinion, especially when you saw some of the decisions last night given. I sat there and thought, yeah, that's a penalty. But, if Everton get that decision, the game was dead for Leeds. But Leeds, Leeds, as you rightly said, Everton go 2-0 up. They were going at half time, and I think every Everton fan was fairly happy with the decisions. You know, we were getting through it. You told me, you said Leeds never say die. You come back in the second half, you get that first goal, and we were all sort of sitting there. Honest to God, the channel. I had 400 people watching me shitting myself live on telly, thinking, Jesus, when are Leeds going to get that second? And Everton just managed to grind it out. Richarlison for Everton really impressed me today because of his work rate.
He was brilliant.
His work rate. He wasn't fantastic going forward because he didn't need to be. He needed to do his job going backwards and supporting Luca Dean, and he was brilliant at that tonight. Every single time Leeds had the ball on that side, you'd see him come away with it. And I thought he gave Ayling a really tough time today, bearing in mind how much we rate Ayling. You know, I've sat there and I'll say Ayling's fantastic. He really is a brilliant light back.
Mate, you bang on. You bang on. Richarlison gave him the run around today. What are your thoughts on that pitch?
Yeah, it's not great.
What's going on? Why is everyone slipping everywhere?
Well, we noticed this with Alioski. Someone was actually putting the total of times he slipped over in the thing, and I think he got to 6. He went mad at one point because they played the ball behind him, and as he turned, he completely went over, like face planted the floor, and I sort of laughed a little bit, as you do. But from a Leeds perspective, you said to me earlier that this was a game that sort of, you know, was almost like a free hit for Leeds. Now you've played that game, how shit does it, you know, how
it's annoying. I mean, don't get me wrong, like us playing each other, it's 2-2 on aggregate, isn't it? So that's how you can say it and think, you know, the teams are very straight down the middle. I saw Andre Gomez, I saw Sigurdsson, and I thought to myself, you know what, we're going to run you here. We're going to run you off the park.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, and me and you spoke, didn't we? It was going to be counter-attacking, but I thought James off the pitch, Gomez in the middle, Sigurdsson, we're going to run you. Sigurdsson was absolutely brilliant. And I don't know if that's because of Calvin Phillips. Sorry, I know I call him Calvin as if I'm speaking on Leeds channel. Phillips was, I thought he was awful today, and Sigurdsson took him apart really. And I don't know whether or not that's concentration. I don't know whether or not that Sigurdsson was too good. But I thought Andre Gomez in particular and Sigurdsson were very, very good today for Everton.
Yeah, I was really, to be honest, I was really impressed by Gomez. To be honest, Gomez was a breath of fresh air today because he's been poor for a long time, Gomez. And today, he was absolutely fantastic. Just a shout out, guys, make sure you go and subscribe to Connor's channel. Up to 277 people watching. Let's see if we can get 1 million by the end of this. Hit the likes button, guys. Really appreciate it. Yeah, I thought tonight, Everton, they had certain players that really stood out for me tonight. Decore, absolute workhorse in the middle of the park. He won the ball. He carried it well. Richarlison did exactly the same. Massive shout out from an Everton perspective to Ben Godfrey, because I don't think Ben Godfrey did anything wrong tonight. Like literally nothing. There was no
how's Olsen not your number one? I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Like this guy he's massive. He's another, essentially when you're defending from corners, he's a beast because he's so big. What, 6'4", 6'5"? Yeah. I couldn't believe that double save he made in that game. It was world class. And I thought throughout the game he was assured, giving the ball out very nicely from the back as well. His percentages must have been through the roof. I don't understand what it is that keeps Pickford in that side.
Guys, it's the one Leeds fan channel. You will easily find it. He's on 11.5 thousand subs, and he's absolutely smashing everything. Yeah, he might be a bit sad tomorrow, but I love Connor. I absolutely love him. A couple of questions that are coming in regarding Leeds, and I might as well just fire them off the bat. Do you think he handled Dominic Calvert-Lewin tonight? Because the reason I think that's been loaded and the reason that question's been there is he got his goal, but I actually weren't impressed by Calvert-Lewin at all tonight.
He had that great chance on the edge, didn't he? Do you remember in the first half when he was
doesn't pass it to Richarlison either? Richarlison makes that one on the outside of him.
I noticed Richarlison was free actually. I think he went nuts at him at the end actually when he didn't play it through. It's classic Leeds, and I said this to you, didn't I? I said this to you. Of course, he's going to score against Leeds. I actually thought Richarlison was going to score when he showed up on the edge of the box and smacked that. I thought, here we go, it's going to nestle in the top corner. But do you know what, mate? I thought he was all right. I thought your best players tonight were your boys at the back. I thought you were very, very resilient at the back. I thought, as I said, the boys in the midfield who give you that defensive solidity, sort of sitting in front of the back four. And me and you said you come blow for blow with Leeds, and you've seen tonight, you've seen the previous game. You're getting picked off, and people can genuinely turn around and say, the Leeds knobhead, Bielsa this, Bielsa that. But at the end of the day, it's shown throughout the season. When teams on our level come at us, we will pick them off. That's what happens. Leicester, Villa being key, points of that. But when teams sit in against us and counter-attack, Brighton, Wolves, West Ham, Palace, always success. And that's what Carlo adapted tonight. He sat in, he picked his moments, and that's where Sigurdsson, Gomez, and Richarlison, for me in particular, shone.
Joel Mahern there. I think Leeds set up expecting James, and it was quite funny because you massively called on that in your preview. You massively sat there and went, as long as somebody sits on James, we'll stop your attack. And I remember sort of sitting there saying I actually said in the stream, if you do sit on James, Everton won't be able to get forward unless we play on the counter. And it was them long balls, the Gomez ball over the top, the throw-in, the corner, it was all counter-attack from Everton today. And what really shocked me about Leeds was I thought when you went, when you got your goal, I thought Leeds were going to throw a bit more going forward. Don't get me wrong, you pretty much completely dominated the second half in terms of chances, and you should have scored, also made some great saves. But I was expecting more from the bench. I was expecting more changes. I was expecting a change in structure. We all commented on Bielsa's change in tactics, formation. I didn't see any of that.
No. I think it's difficult when me and you spoke about it before, Mike. Your team is littered with world-class quality. We've come up from the Championship. We're playing a certain way, a certain system. The squad value isn't that much. Rafinha and Rodrigo at the top. Rodrigo was out tonight. You look at Everton's bench with James, Josh King, players of that ilk able to come off. We don't have that, mate. We do not have that because we're a Championship side that's come up to the Premier League. We're not heavily invested, but we're just playing the right way. There's a lot of expectations of Leeds that are through the roof. My expectation of Leeds is to finish 17th. That's it. It's to stay in this division. So the fact that we're pushing Everton that far, and an aggregate score of 2-2, you've beaten us, we've beaten you. It's massive. You've got to turn around, mate. When you're looking at that squad, it's an arguable. Aside from Rafinha in that team, it's a Championship team. They're the lads who got us up from the Championship. All 10 of them. Only one differential is Rafinha. That's it. So when we're coming up against an Everton team and they're defending in the second half and they're resilient, that's a massive compliment to me, in my opinion.
Yeah, and we had to set up like that. Otherwise, Leeds would have picked us off. And again, with that back four tonight, I genuinely believe that was one of the best attacking displays we've had against that back four, because you did pick holes through it. And teams like Liverpool couldn't do that. Chelsea couldn't do that. Leeds did it. Leeds did it numerous times tonight. And if it weren't for some fantastic saves from Olsen, which, by the way, that's what he's there to do. It's absolutely fantastic from an Everton fan's perspective.
Leeds... Yeah, let's talk Everton, mate. I want to talk Everton as well. I don't just want to talk about Leeds.
No, of course. From an Everton perspective, Everton are buzzing right now because I think Everton are potentially about to go above Liverpool if the score stays the same.
Get up there, boy.
Brighton winning 1-0 at Anfield, which could be a shocker.
I may have not even checked.
Yeah, Brighton are winning 1-0 at Anfield, and it's on 80 minutes. So, I mean, you might see me singing in a minute, start singing. Yeah, but from an Everton perspective, I just tend to go through my player ratings, and I thought, I thought I'd give Olsen an 8. I think he was fantastic tonight. I'd give him an 8. Do you agree with that, Con?
Yeah, I thought he was brilliant when he was called upon. Exceptionally, this is it, Mike. He's your number 2. Madness, mate. Our number 2 is a Spanish hologram. Everything that goes against him goes through him. Your number 2 is, from what I saw tonight, ready for it, comes in, ready for the occasion, brilliant, aggressive, and when called upon, some absolutely unbelievable saves, world-class saves.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, what are you meant to say? Pickford's he shouldn't be anywhere near the first team. He shouldn't even be an Everton player. Mason Holgate today, he gets a 6 because essentially it was his fault for your goal. He doesn't clear the ball when he has the chance. The ball's bouncing around everywhere.
What do you think of Rafinha?
Oh, he's quality. He's
just a joke.
I love Rafinha.
Mate, I turn around and I say every single time, the fact we've got him for 16 million, 16 frigging million, this geezer I think he's top 4. That performance that we see, that's week in, week out, mate. And he looks levels above the players that we've got. He's a joke.
Yeah. He's somebody's just put in the comments, strap for Charlison for Rafinha.
It's a joke, mate. He's genuinely
if you've got people saying Richarlison's worth 60, 70 million, then that speaks, that's obviously high praise for Rafinha, isn't it? So yeah, Holgate gets a 6 from me. Michael Keane comes on, he gets a 7. He just come on the pitch, that was fine. Yuri Mina, he gets probably gets a 7.5. I think he did really well in the air. I think he carried the ball okay, but he made some pretty silly, long, wayward passes that I just don't think he needed to make when we were trying to just keep the ball. What did you think of Mina tonight?
Yeah, he's good. I prefer Holgate. I like Keane. Mina seems a bit erratic. And I think that was a big flaw that we couldn't get to Bamford, because I think if Bamford was really aggressive with Fofana at the weekend, and Fofana, he completely got in Fofana's head. We didn't get the ball to Bamford enough, and I think if he'd have done that, he'd have got in Mina's head a little bit. I think he's a little bit erratic in the situation, but I thought he did all right, mate. I mean, when you nullify Bamford, that's a massive thing for Leeds because he's our out ball, and I thought you did that really well tonight.
Yeah. And that goes alongside to my man of the match, who was Ben Godfrey, and I'll give him a 9. Ben Godfrey tonight he cost us £20 million.
He's from York. He loves playing against Leeds. He's only about 20 minutes away from Leeds. He loves it.
Honest to God, every time Godfrey plays, he gets man of the match. Genuinely, every single time I've seen him play.
What about if I'm going to put to you now? I think they're more mobile. If you ever tried a Holgate and Godfrey centre-back partnership with Coleman on the right and then Digne on the left, have you ever tried that?
Not yet.
Not
yet.
Sure, that's the future.
Yeah, and it will. Well, I think Coleman won't be in it. I think Coleman will probably be gone by that point. But yeah, that will be the future. Luca Dean on the left, 2 in defence, and then there'll be a right back of some type. The one that we all want is Max Aarons, because obviously the Ben Godfrey.
Are you going to get Timo Pukki next or what? What's going on here?
Buendia. We'll get the lot. Todd Cantwell. We're gonna have the lot. We'll have the top. Just moving away from Everton. Is that true?
No way. That's surely not true.
Oh my God. I'm
going to check now. I'm going to have to check.
Honest to God. Ben.
Twice. He scores. It's 3-1.
That's absolute. That's ridiculous. Mind you, to be fair, Jesse Lingard's had so much shit that he's had to deal with. So credit to him, but Jesus Christ.
So he's dancing. Where will it? He'll be dancing on Villa Park, won't he?
Oh, I'll be standing there doing that stupid dance. Andre Gomez, for me, he gets an 8. Decore gets an 8.5. I thought Gomez in the first half was my man of the match. I just think the ball sort of bypassed him a little bit more in the second half because Leeds stepped up a little bit. But he was brilliant. He weren't bad at all. Takore gets an 8.5 for me. He ran midfield today, I thought, Takore, for Everton. He really did. He carried the ball well. He beat people when he had to. He was strong. Some of his passing was a bit wayward, but again, yeah, I think bearing in mind the quality he was playing against, I think he did a good job tonight on players like Calvin Phillips.
Yeah, definitely. No, I think the beauty about your players is the press resistant. So Gomez will get the ball, he'll feel a nudge in his back, and he'll be able to deal with that. He'll recycle possession, and he's a very good footballer. And these are elite footballers which this Leeds team haven't played against in the Championship, where we've been for 16 years. So coming up against players like Andre Gomez and Sigurdsson, it's a lesson, Mike. It's a big lesson for our players. It's a learning curve. And tonight, I thought the midfield, I think in every game, you'll probably agree with this. I think in every game, if you win the midfield battle, you win the game.
Yeah, without a doubt, really. Unless you're completely unlucky, you get dominated and you score a last-minute fucking header from a corner or something. But yeah, on the majority of the time, the midfield win the game for you, I think. The turn of possession.
And how mad is that when you haven't got Rodriguez on the pitch? You win the midfield.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, Jesus. We go over to Richarlison. I'll give Richarlison an 8.5. He was rightly pissed off to be subbed, in my opinion. I don't understand why he was subbed, but I'm not going to criticise Carlo because we won 2-1. But
can I just ask you something? I want Everton fans to get in the comment section below as well on Mike's channel. Does his face annoy you? His face really annoys me.
He's never happy, is he? He's never happy.
He's always miserable.
Yeah, he was. He was fuming to be subbed off, but no, he's never happy. He never smiles. He's,
you're at a big club. You're Brazilian. Barcelona are looking at you. Just chill out, mate. Just chill out.
Look at that. Look, they all agree with you. They all agree with you. Here. You've had about 5 subs on this channel so far. There you go. You see,
guys, you're making a mistake. I wouldn't.
I thought Richarlison was brilliant tonight. Then we go over to Sigurdsson, and you singled him out. I mean, he was fantastic for Everton today.
When he was starting, I was like, "That here we go. We're gonna run him," and he was brilliant in that first half. Absolutely brilliant.
Grew banter. Obviously, watched Despicable Me there, looking at his nose. There we go. He looks like he wants to hurt someone. Stroppy twat. There you go. You see?
I'm glad it's not just me, mate. Because from a Leeds perspective, I look at him and he's coming off the pitch and he's like, he's whinging. I'm just like, Jesus, what's wrong with him? Like, just get out. You play 80 minutes and you've been very good. Your team's winning 2-1. You know, it's a decent scout for Everton. You've lost at Leeds before. It's a good scout.
Yeah.
You can get over it, man. Just face like a slapped arse.
Yeah, and fucking hell. I agree. I can understand why he was unhappy to be subbed. And to be fair, when he got subbed, I sat there and went, wrong sub. Should have took off Luca Dean, stuck Ben Godfrey at left back, brought on Michael Keane in the middle, and let Richarlison just help the defence, because that's what he does. He did it so well tonight. But yeah, he does always, constantly. Even when you ask for his autograph, which I've done, by the way, he literally is like this.
Yeah, and Keane, you can see Keane. He was coming on, and you could see Keane thinking, "Just get off the fucking pitch, man."
Yeah. Move. There's 4 minutes left at Liverpool. Jesus, I might have to sing once that game finishes. You know, I might have to sing.
Do you go above them? Yeah.
Nah, but apparently we're 4 points behind them. But we've got the 2 games in hand on them.
You have got the 2. Yeah, you are. You're 4 games behind. Goal difference is a bit shaky, but
we don't score many goals. That's our 31st goal tonight. You've outscored us. You've got 36 goals this season.
I'm trying to see where we are in the table. Where are we? We're still 11th with a game in hand, so I'll take that.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people in the comments think you're going to be top 10 this season.
Top 10, guys. I'll be honest. I mean, I've spoken to Mike before. We've done it. We've done previews. I'm 17th and I'm happy just to stay up. I love that he's pissed off. Oh, is that me? I'm actually not pissed off. I was at the start, but I'm all right now, honestly.
There you go.
There you go.
Oh, we are. This is a question for you because you'll know the answer to this. I hope. Oh, it's gone. Why does Bielsa always squat?
Let's get them big thighs, doesn't he? Let's get that big booty.
I'm telling you right now, mate. He squats for 90 minutes. Out. I mean, I couldn't do that. And you're fitter than me, and I highly doubt you could do it as well. 90 minutes he squats.
Them legs, mate. Them calves. It's like them Jack Grealish calves. That's what it is.
Honest to God, forget that. So yeah, Sigurdsson, Iwobi. I thought Iwobi was he was a tough one tonight. I thought he was like a 7. He was all right.
What do you think when he starts a game? I look at Iwobi and I've struggled to figure out how he's a footballer.
Yeah. I mean, look,
is that the fishing rod or what? What we're doing there? We're getting the nipples.
No. It's difficult for me because up until 2 months ago, I couldn't stand Iwobi. I didn't understand how he was a footballer. He offered nothing anywhere, any position. Even on the bench, he couldn't do that properly. He was awful. And we signed him under pretty shit circumstances as well. Because listen to this, it's deadline day. Everton are linked with Wilfried Zaha for 57 million. So we're all sitting there thinking, my God, Decore and getting Kurt Zuma back. So we're thinking 2 years ago, Everton are a top 4 team. That's it, done it, cracked it. You've got a quality centre half, you've got a quality midfielder, and you've got a quality forward. We're going to be top 4, job done. We bring in Alex Iwobi literally 10 minutes before deadline day, and I was sitting there thinking, I'm done. I'm done with football, done with Everton, done with Marcel Brands. This season, he's been fine. He's been absolutely fine. He's done whatever we've asked of him. He doesn't score enough, but he beats a man. He holds the ball up. He's an outlet for us. There's a few times where Holgate had made that overlapping run and he sort of uses him as the dummy and steps inside and ran through a few players and played that ball back into Gomez and Sigurdsson. He knows what he's not very good at, and he did it tonight. He did it. Liverpool have lost.
Liverpool have lost, mate. Jesus, it's worse for us because it's worse for us because Brighton are near us. So,
well, no, it's not bad. It's not bad. I'm just double checking because I just want to double check. I can't believe Brighton have gone to Anfield and won.
That's 3 wins on the bounce for Brighton.
I always liked Brighton, though.
They're a good team, mate. They're a good team. When they came to us, the depth, they've got a very good team, Brighton.
Well, it's got to happen. So here we go. You don't have to join in with me, Connor, mate. You don't have to, but here we go. I never felt more like singing the blues when Everton win and Liverpool lose. Oh, Everton. You got me singing the blues. Come on, Everton, up the toffees. Fucking love it. Oh, fucking hell. Jesus, wet. That'll be it. I'll have no subs after that.
You've got to get yourself a beer after this, mate, surely.
I've got one in there. Do you know what? I've drank 2 cups of tea while we've been on. That's it.
I'm no.
Gasping. Last player for Everton, Calvert-Lewin. And I was quite disappointed. No, that's the wrong word because he scores a goal that essentially wins us the game in the end. But I thought he could have done much better tonight. I felt like he seemed greedy.
I think if that game's a draw, I think you're turning around and saying Cooper and Struijk have done a job on him.
Yeah, and I think they did do a job on him, to be honest, because he got his goal, but he didn't pass enough. There was a couple of times he could have let Richarlison go on the left-hand side.
If you're to reflect on the game, do you think it's Premier League football, so it doesn't matter, and what I'm doing is talking complete bollocks, but if you're to look at it from a neutral and you're to look at the game, do you think that game is a draw?
I think Leeds would definitely walk out of it feeling hard done by. Yeah.
You reckon?
Yeah. Because the amount of possession and the chances you had, I think Yeah, I think Leeds should have got something out of that game.
And that's credit to Everton. That's credit to Everton for getting the win.
But that's exactly what I expected. That's exactly what I expected. I sat there and I expected Everton to completely shithouse that performance, like we do whenever we go away from home, and we did. We got a result from.
You were much better than you were in terms. I felt with Everton tonight there was a bit of a grit. There was a bit of and it annoys me because if for 45 minutes we were Leeds, for 45 minutes we were someone else, and if we'd have been 90 minutes for Leeds, I'd have loved to have seen him out. But listen, building blocks. We're not going to go down. Fair play to Everton. I love Everton as a club. They're my Merseyside club, 100%. And I can't say this is why I'm good mates with you. Because I can't, and this is why I've literally said to Michael, "Can I come on tonight?" He's not asked me. I want to come on tonight because I want to feel the vibe. You know, I'm disappointed, but we're not going to go down. I don't think anyway. So it's good to just chat through the game, mate.
Yeah, there's a comment for you.
Facts. Is he in making those Olsen saves? I'm telling you, those Olsen saves, Jesus, from those two efforts, he ain't saving those.
It was the two efforts. It was the two saves he makes at his sort of feet. And then he gets across the box to stop. I think it's Rafinha scoring.
Insane. It's an unbelievable... Like, so Rafinha hits it with his right foot. Olsen then gets his leg out, his left leg out. But it's insane how he... Like, I can't get over the fact that he's your second keeper. What's going on? Has Pickford got some pictures of Ancelotti? What's going on here?
That's exactly what I said in the live stream.
Moody's.
Honest to God, I don't understand it. I don't understand. But Olsen was third choice at Roma. When he come in, I sat there and thought, "You're having a laugh. Who is this guy?" And actually, he's been absolutely brilliant every time he's played. And Jordan Pickford is just nowhere near the same. He's nowhere near the same level.
Mike, you'll know, mate. He's too small. That's it. That's it. If you play Luca Dean up front, you know he's not going to be able to get the success rate of Dominic Calvert-Lewin. He's too small. That's how it works with goalkeepers. He's too small. T-Rex. That's it. And Olsen's a better goalkeeper.
Little arms.
Oh, man.
Any final assessment on the game from Leeds' perspective?
Pickford to Leeds.
You don't want that.
No, mate. Listen, it was. I started this, and was I crying? I was. You didn't speak for 2 minutes, but at the end of the day, you did a good job on us, and I think ultimately, it is what it is, innit? We've lost the game. Yeah. You've beaten us. We've beaten you. Aggregate, it's 2-2. Let's go for a Khabib Conor trilogy. Let's just it's Nate Diaz, isn't it? Let's go for a Nate Diaz, Conor McGregor trilogy. And but yeah, mate, I just want to come on here and say, you know, I'm happy that you lot are impressed by us. I'm happy that we've given a good account of ourselves, and the fact that you were bringing on defenders in the sort of 75th minute it makes me feel sort of proud as a Leeds fan. You know, we were for 10 years we were absolutely in the doldrums of the Championship in 15th to 13th place. That's all we did. That's all we did for 10 years. And the fact we're here now and playing Everton, a top club in the Premier League, and been able to put ourselves out there, I think it's a massive credit.
I think you've made some fans tonight, my friend. I think you've made some fans tonight.
So I'm going to have a beer.
And there's a lot of Everton fans in here that absolutely love you. And look, there's a lot of football fans in general that just don't like Leeds, and that's not a criticism of Leeds. It's just this weird thing that everyone hates Leeds.
Love it, mate. That's what we thrive on it. Dirty Leeds.
Leeds. I know, but you need to stop, because the problem is you've turned me from hating Leeds, you turned John from hating Leeds, you've turned Ant, who's a West Brom fan, and you literally sat there on my video and said, West Brom are awful, abysmal, worst team in the league. And watched that, and he went, "Do you know what? He's right. He's right. We lost to Sheffield United. He's right. He sent me a message yesterday. He loves you." And the Everton fans, they absolutely love you as well. So testament to you, mate. You've been absolutely brilliant. Thanks for coming on. As always, I really appreciate it. And look, I'm not going to lie. I'm absolutely chuffed. We beat a very, very, very difficult
You cheered me up,
team.
mate. You have cheered me up. I was crying and nibbling at the start, but you have cheered me up.
Nah, mate, don't worry about it. Right, make sure you go and subscribe to Connor's channel. There's a lot of you that already have. Make sure after this you go and subscribe. We're finished on 317 people watching, which is great numbers for this channel. Thank you ever so much, guys. I think we've gained another 55 or 60 subs today, which again is fantastic for us. So over the moon at that. You're absolutely brilliant. I love you all. And I'll see you next time. Hopefully, we might be doing some work together, me and Connor, going forward. Hopefully, if I can twist his arm.
Up the toffees.
Up the toffees. Brilliant. See you soon, guys. Peace.
Yeah.